And why did you come here to the convention?
You need to back up. You need to back up.
Republican Senator Ted Cruz got confronted at a restaurant by an activist over his opposition to basic gun laws and his appearance at the NRA convention, which happened just hours earlier. So before I get to this confrontation at the restaurant, I want to show you just a small piece of Cruz's speech at the NRA convention, which again took place just days after what happened in Uvalde, Texas. So let me play a little bit of this for you to show you how ridiculous, how out of touch, how sociopathic Ted Cruz is.
Ultimately, as we all know, what stops armed bad guys is armed good guys.
The man has no shame. It truly is incredible that he is saying this on the day when it was very clear that even police admitted to doing nothing for at least 40 minutes, now apparently 70 minutes, according to new reports, did nothing, sat outside the door while the shooter was in the classroom with kids. So quickly on this idea that a good guy with a gun, only that can stop a bad guy with a gun. Well, the past two high-profile mass shootings, that was not the case. So in Buffalo, the security guard that was outside the grocery store there, he was killed by the shooter. And of course, as I was just saying, 79 minutes passed between the time the gunman began firing outside Robb Elementary School and the moment police shot him dead. While police failed to act, 10-year-olds and their teachers were making frantic calls to 911. So in this case, you had a good guy with a gun. He did his best. Ultimately was killed in the shooting. And at the school, you had a team of good guys with guns, and they sat there and did nothing, even though they had all the training, as I went through in my previous video on this, all the training in the world to prepare for this, and they completely failed. And in terms of just what else Ted Cruz said in that speech, Cruz blamed declining church attendance, violent video games, prescription drugs, social media bullying, and other societal factors, but not guns, for the wave of mass shootings in the U.S. during an address to the NRA members on Friday, which is so absolutely ridiculous considering all of this exists in other major countries like Canada, right next door, almost the exact same culture in terms of video games, movies, TV, same thing with church attendance, social media bullying. All of this exists in other countries, yet they don't have a mass shooter problem. Now let's get to Ted Cruz and this confrontation. So this is several hours after his speech at the NRA convention. Indivisible Houston board member Benjamin Hernandez challenged Ted Cruz to support background checks and other reform measures during a dinner break. So I also added some subtitles to this video as well. It's a bit hard to hear what's going on, but check this out.
Go. We're good. Yeah, we got it.
You know, I would encourage you, I gave a half hour engagement today in the NRA convention. Encourage you to watch it, because there are actually a lot of laws.
Yeah, but can you tell me, like, I have a young daughter, tell me why it's more important, why you can't support stronger gun.
Because the laws,
the laws. Tell me about background. What about background? Background. We can make it harder for people to get guns in this country. You know that. No. You know that, but you stand here. You stand at the NRA convention. It is harder. It is harder when there are more guns to stop gun violence.
Ignorance and hatred.
It is not ignorance.
You don't know what you're talking about.
We are in this country, and there are guns everywhere, and there are kids dying. There are kids dying. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard?
I've introduced multiple.
But why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? Why? Hey.
Okay. He's just talking.
Why does this keep happening? If you don't want in his face, and why did you come here to the convention?
You need to back up. You need to back up. You need to
Why?
back up.
When 19 children died,
You need to
19
back up.
children died. That's on your hands. That is on your hands. Ted Cruz, that's on your hands. That's on your hands. That's on your hands. Ted Cruz, that's on your hands.
So I added that second angle there at the end to give you an idea of just how little Ted Cruz cares. He waves goodbye and sits down to finish his dinner. He does not give a shit. He is a complete sociopath. It's clear from his speeches where he's just clearly being like a Broadway actor. It's clear from this interaction. It's clear from everything that Ted Cruz does. All he cares about is his own career. And to be fair, I guess that's a lot of them. But when it comes to Ted Cruz, he is just overt in how disgusting he is. Giving a speech at the NRA convention just mere days after 19 kids were killed in a mass shooting. And he claims to care about the issue. Just adding insult to injury. Just a completely disgusting person. In my video on Ted Cruz being confronted by a British reporter that asked him, why does it only happen in America and nowhere else? And he couldn't answer the question. In that video, I also show you a clip of a Parkland father, the father of a victim in the Parkland shooting. And he discussed his interaction with Ted Cruz, how he begged Ted Cruz to do something about gun reform. And in the days following, Cruz mocked the idea of doing anything about guns. And he called Ted Cruz evil. He thinks the man is pure evil, and he has had a personal interaction with him. And it's not, it's obvious as to why. Ted Cruz is absolutely evil. Now, on this issue of peaceful protest, this is good to see. Like, the least people can do, I guess if you happen to come across an asshole like this, is make them feel uncomfortable in public. This is a peaceful protest, peacefully, talking to the senator, telling him what the problem is. Cruz is a public servant. That's his job. So nothing at all wrong with holding these people to account. But it's amazing how little Congress does in this situation when it comes to these mass shootings. Yet when it came to protests, when you protest powerful people, that's when they spring into action. So this is just this month. Congress leaps into action after Supreme Court protests. Members have pushed for measures on judicial safety and a Justice Department crackdown on allegedly illegal protests. So after these protests were happening in front of the homes of a couple Supreme Court justices over the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the Senate, Congress acted immediately to do something, passing a law to protect them. Yet here, mass shootings, you know what they did? Went on vacation. They are now on vacation. Showing you how little they care. If you're in a position of power, you have wealth, you have money, you have, you're a Supreme Court justice, you're a senator, they will take care of you. They care about you because you're one of them. But when it comes to these mass shootings, when it comes to you not being able to afford, personal security for wherever you go, where your kids go, they do not give a shit about you.